welcome to Discussions with the Director. My name is Dr. Celeste Overton Morris, and I serve as the Chief Program Officer at the Central Susquehanna Intermediate Unit and Director of the Center for Schools and Communities. These discussions give me the opportunity to share with you how our core values connect with our work here at the Center. Our core values include service to others, equity in action, passion for excellence, and innovation for growth. Today's discussion will focus on one of our 4 core values, passion for excellence, as we talk about our work to support families as they help their children thrive. Our Strengthening Families Conference, Thriving Together, Growing Stronger, will take place May 2nd through 4th in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I am so honored today to be speaking with Karen Chudnovsky, Director of Family Support and Community Engagement at CSC. First of all, congratulations, Karen, for being recognized during Women's History Month.
Thank you. It's kind of you to notice.
So, Karen, can you please tell me a little bit about your work and why it matters?
Well, thanks, Celeste. I'm very fortunate to be part of the Center for Schools and Communities, part of the Central Susquehanna Intermediate Unit. In fact, my first job out of college was with the Central Susquehanna Intermediate Unit as a home visitor in a non-model program. We were just kind of figuring things out. Right now, I'm working with several programs that are connected with the Center for Schools and Communities. And we focus on working with families. Our philosophy is that parents want what's best for their children, and they have that in their heart. In partnership with the Pennsylvania Office of Child Development and Early Learning, we work with community-based family support programs to assist them in carrying out their evidence-based or evidence-informed programs. The foundation for our work with these programs is the concepts in the Strengthening Families Protective Factors framework. The protective factors, I should mention, resilience, learning, bouncing back and bouncing forward, social connections, having people that support you, knowledge of parenting and child development, knowing what to expect and what different strategies to use, concrete supports, where to turn when a new something happens in your life, and social emotional competence of children and how parents help promote that in their children. We work with the local programs to incorporate protective factors into their work with families while assisting them to deliver high quality services in their communities. So we work with Pennsylvania Children's Trust Fund programs that strengthen families so child maltreatment is prevented. We work with Parents as Teachers, evidence-based home visiting programs, and they touch nearly every county in Pennsylvania. The big idea there is partnering with families as their children grow from infancy through school entrance. And we teach Strengthening Families courses, including the Be Strong Families Parent Cafes, in which parents have an opportunity to discuss with other parents the development of protective factors in their lives.
Surely everyone who is listening today can really see why the work that you're doing and you and your team is so critically important to our communities and strengthening families and really producing and ensuring that the children who are in our care, whether familial or otherwise, really have the protective factors that they need to be successful in life. And one of the things that I really love about the work that you do is that it is strengths-based. It's about building on the strengths that parents especially have. So often we see negative connotations with parents who may not have the tools or resources or skills to parent their children. And you're really looking to connect with what they're doing well and build on that. So kudos to you in that way. And this is a little, I guess, related to this more asset-based or thinking about what we want to see versus what we don't want to see. So could you tell me a little bit about this shift from child abuse prevention to this terminology about promoting child well-being?
Yeah, thank you. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. It's recognized nationally. And there's a conversation in the field about moving from the idea of prevention of child abuse and neglect to promotion of child well-being as a more holistic approach. It's having us, and you alluded to this. It's having us ask what's strong instead of what's wrong, and it really helps center conversations with families around what they have that will help promote the healthy development of their children. So it also, this idea of promoting child well-being takes us out of individual family situations and helps us think about the communities where families live. And so we need to also be thinking about families' neighborhood, income level, and other societal factors that make parenting more challenging. And I think you also alluded to that. And one other thing about thinking about child well-being and this more holistic approach is thinking about family members as leaders in their community. And then not just asking for feedback, how did that program work? Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down, do we do that again or not? But really inviting family members to the table when the community's setting the plans for what services will be available in our community.
You mentioned socioeconomic status, neighborhoods that may not be safe. What do you think some of the other bigger challenges facing parents or families are today?
Balancing all those responsibilities, work, rearing children, making time for family and for community involvement are challenges that I think nearly every family faces. Families are not sure where to turn for support. I recently concluded working with a group of families in a leadership learning community, and one of the things that astounded them was an array of services that exist they had no idea about, or how to find them in their own communities. And there's so much information out there through social media, through online websites, through all kinds of places. Everybody's willing to give advice, right? But who do you trust? And so that vetting process of, who do I turn to is I think a serious consideration for many families. And then, we've kind of talked about a little bit is that so many families are affected by systemic problems in our society, such as poverty and racism. And in particular, those things limit access, right? So maybe you read about a service on a website or, it's available, but it's not. It's not in my community. It's not in my neighborhood. I can't get to it without a lot of difficulty. I really appreciate the opportunity to work with other programs at the Center for Schools and Communities that are part of the Central Susquehanna Intermediate Unit, because they touch on ways that we are, with families, thank you, lifting up not only the problems that exist, the systemic challenges, but what are some of the solutions and how are we coming together? So, for instance, I work with the folks in the the Center for the Promotion of Social Emotional Learning around self-care, around social emotional competence in children, around how families, how parents can support their child's development of social emotional skills. And in particular, we work with Raising a Thinking Child workshop series. It's really exciting when parents say, oh, this is how I can help him make a decision. The feedback from those programs in the community has been really wonderful. We connect with the Migrant Ed program here at the center, spread across the state. This group has been really excited about parent cafes and we've been able to deliver materials in English and Spanish. We connect with the ELECT program and their focus on teen parents and how they're pretty unique. You know, they're teenagers, they're parents, they're children, they're negotiating a lot of roles. And we also work with families who experience homelessness, and we have folks here at the center who do that. And so those connections, I think, make our supports to our constituents stronger.
Thank you, Karen. I think you captured why, after 24 years of being with the center, I still love coming to work every day. And one of the things that I appreciate about you and your team is that you are very intentional and deliberate about honoring others' dignity, that intrinsic piece of them that makes them human above all else, that they want to be recognized, valued, and appreciated for who they are and what they contribute or may not be able to contribute to this world. So thank you for being such an embodiment of all of our values at the CSIU, the core values. And I just want to, again, publicly say we appreciate you and thank you very much for the important work that you're doing that literally is changing the lives of children and their families. I want to remind those who are watching to join us for the Strengthening Families Conference, May 2nd through 4th. And if you would like to learn more about our work, we ask that you would visit our website and our YouTube channel for more information. Thank you for joining today.